Hey everyone. UiPath is one of the more innovative companies in the world today, given its ability to use artificial intelligence to provide enterprises with automation technology. So if you're interested in UiPath stock, here are some of the factors that you should know about when investing in UiPath stock.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
So, one of the reasons why UiPath provides such great value is that almost every organization has to process an onslaught of forms, invoices, and documents, which is why its document understanding resources resonate so well with customers, particularly in finance, insurance, healthcare, and in the public sector. You can utilize that document understanding to improve the process and not have to spend so much human hours going through documents that come in increasing quantities over time. So that's been one of the reasons why UiPath has been able to gain such traction with enterprises and institutions worldwide. So their unique approach combines specialized artificial intelligence and more than 70 pre-trained models and verticalized packaged solutions to help customers streamline processes, identify process improvements, and rapidly scale document understanding projects. And this is supremely helpful for enterprises and institutions. Although I will say a sticking point is price. For now, the UiPath's services are not accessible to the smaller businesses, which there are a greater quantity of smaller businesses than larger businesses. So while their services are supremely helpful to gain a broader market audience, UiPath can work to make their prices lower and more accessible to a broader business. But imagine not having to go through the myriad documents you have to go through in your day-to-day business activities. All of us have to go through a myriad of these documents, and if it's accessible to smaller and smaller businesses, that can make the price more affordable and more accessible to businesses that are not, over 100 employees or over 250 employees, right? There are many more smaller businesses with less than 10 employees that could really use help with their processes and help with their document processing. So at their AI summit, which is planned for the week after this document was released, they are planning to unveil a new UiPath large language model, which combines open source large language models with their specialized artificial intelligence and proprietary knowledge of business documents and communications data. This robust LLM, combined with their industry leading solution, provides customers access to what we believe is the most powerful document and communications AI model on the market. So that could be a catalyst to drive increasing revenue for UiPath. Although if they're just introducing the model, it's going to take some time for them to generate sales from that model, because first you introduce it, then you got to have conversations with enterprises, then you got to have salespeople explain to enterprises why and how this can benefit them. So it'll take some time for this product to turn into sales revenue for UiPath, but given its description, it seems to be one that will drive revenue for UiPath, if not in the next 6 months, then perhaps in the next 12 months to 18 months. And according to a recent UiPath and IDC joint study, it found that customers using their capabilities have experienced on average more than 4 million in annualized benefits, or in other words, a 529% 3-year return on investment. And they only have a 6-month payback on investment. That's a really strong ROI. Imagine if you're a business and you can purchase UiPath's services and you get your money back within 6 months in added value from that service. It becomes a no brainer. If you're convinced that this is the value it's going to add to your business, getting your money back in only 6 months is a no-brainer because everything beyond that is added value, right? And 529% ROI over 3 years. It's hard to find categories a business can invest in that brings back this kind of return on investment. It's hard to find categories that brings back 529% return on investment over a 3-year period. Those of you watching this video, I think, would unanimously purchase these kinds of services that will bring in 529% ROI over 3 years. I know I would. If I found something that can bring back 529% ROI in 3 years and I get my money back in 6 months, I'm making that investment. I'm making that investment all the time, every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So this is a huge, huge provider, and you're going to see, and you see this in UiPath's revenue results, in the growth rate that they're demonstrating, and the customer retention rate that UiPath has demonstrated. Customers come back to UiPath and they spend more over the next year than they did in their first year as a customer with UiPath, suggesting that indeed they are getting more return on investment than they're spending with UiPath. So that's been great news for UiPath and UiPath stock investors. So we expect returns like these to be further accelerated with the introduction of our latest innovation, Autopilot, our newest set of AI-powered experiences that leverage generative AI, specialized AI, and automation across the platform. The Autopilot makes it easier for people of all skill levels to build automations, accelerate time to development, and discover process improvement. And remember, I was talking about lowering the price of their service to make it more accessible. Here's another way UiPath can make their service more accessible, is by using artificial intelligence so that it makes it more accessible to people with lower skill levels, to people that perhaps don't have that knowledge in coding, those skills in coding that would be required without these developments. So this is another way UiPath can make their service more accessible and perhaps even more profitably than lowering their price. Because if they lower their price, then that's going to hurt UiPath, perhaps its profit margin, if they don't get a subsequent increase in the number of businesses. But if they increase the capabilities with artificial intelligence, that makes their service more accessible without lowering the price, thereby increasing the broadening of customer base while maintaining profit margins perhaps at or above where they were before they made this implementation. So interesting developments from UiPath in an area where I think many enterprises and institutions could use the help of UiPath, and they're making progress in making their service more accessible. So for those of you that are interested in UiPath, these are all significant factors to keep an eye on and keep following as UiPath progresses as a company. I will certainly be updating my viewers on the developments of UiPath. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.